Anna, glad to have you back. And first of all, I got to tell you how cool it's been watching you in the Pittsburgh Passion, now 4-0. We'll get into some details, but first off, last week you guys improved to 4-0 with a 30-22 win over Tampa Bay, a team you had beaten to open the season. A little nerve-wracking, buddy. You were up 14-0, third quarter I'm watching. It's, we're down, and you ended up coming up 30-22. What was that like being in that in the battle like that, Anna?
You know, it is nerve-wracking, but when you look at a game like that and you're in a game like that, it gets to the point where it's like, stop thinking, just play our game, you know, and our sidelines and everybody else who, like, keeps the positivity around. Like, you can't hang your heads. You can't start yelling at each other. You know, you can't get nippy and stuff. You just got to keep your heads up, play your game, and keep positive. And, you know, I'd like to thank my team for keeping it positive and cheering for us and making sure that we got done what we needed to get done. It was a nerve-wracking game. I don't think we were expecting a game like that. But I am proud of my team for the amount of grit that we have and how hard we worked to come back for that.
Yeah, you know, the cool thing is, too, that you guys rallied around your backup quarterback, Emma Gurley, who was in for Marcelina Chavez, who got banged up a little bit. That just had to be cool to see her be able to bring you guys back, too. Because I remember talking at the beginning of the year, you said, hey, we got good quarterbacks all around. So you guys got to be happy Emma was able to do that for you.
Oh, yeah, I have faith in both our quarterbacks. You know, and it's nice to have quarterbacks like that you can have faith in and that you trust. And it was awesome seeing Emma go out there and kill it, and it was awesome seeing Chavez go out and kill it. You know, no matter who was in, they did their job. And, again, nobody hangs their heads. We all stayed locked in, and we were ready to go.
You know, I'm looking at numbers from around the league, and I'm kind of blown away. I don't know if you know, or maybe you know that you're the 20th in the league in tackles, Anna.
I did just find that out last night at practice. I asked, I was like, where do you find the stats? Because I was working on trying to find them and everything. And my one teammate, Chris, middle linebacker, she was like, well, actually, you're number 20 for tackles. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. So got home from practice, and I stayed up a little later looking at all the stats. So that was pretty cool to see.
Yeah, that's really cool. And I got to give the WFA credit for handling that. I mean, there's basically 3 different leagues going on, and they do a wonderful job. And I'm not quite up to date yet on how the playoffs are going to work, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But right now, you guys are sitting – I'm just amazed. You're like – the Passion are number one in just about every category there is, offensively and defensively, Anna. And I remember when we talked before the season, you know, they went unbeaten last year, lost, you know, in the playoffs. But that was the goal, wasn't it? It's championship or bust for you girls, isn't it?
Yeah, you know, it kind of is. But as a team, I mean, I feel like we all know that's kind of hanging over our heads. Yeah. But as a team, I feel like we do a really good job at, you know, knowing that it's there, but to also one game at a time. And, you know, you can't get to the championship without playing these other games.
Right.
Being able to lock in when it's needed and work towards our goal.
Yeah, you know, and it's kind of because you can't look ahead because this will be your second straight week playing, and then next week you play Cincinnati, who's over in the you know, in the national division of the Division II in the national side of it. They're 4-0, but we can't look ahead of them. We got to go with the Divas coming up, who you guys handled 56-27 a few weeks back down there. They're hungry. And you know what it's like playing a team second time, like Tampa Bay. You know you're going to get their best on Saturday, huh?
Oh, for sure, especially with them coming off a bye week and, you know, them losing 2 games. They're hungry. They're coming, you know. So we can't let up. We can't drop the ball at all. We can't just go out and expect, oh, we beat them the first time, we're going to win the second time. Nope, it's a clean slate now, especially even when you play a team for the second time.
Yeah.
it's a complete clean slate. We got to focus, rest up, and get ready to go.
Yeah.
Because I'm telling, they sure are ready to go.
Yeah. Because when you guys played them, I was watching their announcers broadcast. That's another thing, that All Women's Sports Network folks, you got to get tuned into that. And also, I'll have things on the screen here to look to find games and such. But it's incredible coverage, Anna. But they were kind of down. They were kind of like a little down on the Divas, that they kind of were disappointed in what they were showing. I remember watching that game, Anna, and the girl you were up against on the offensive line, Anna's a defensive end, she was huge. You were able to handle it. What's it like in the trenches, Anna?
Well, very different from high school, I can tell you that. Yeah, she was pretty big, a lot bigger than me. I will say she's so nice.
Yeah.
She was super nice. I did have a little conversation with her after the game, and she's so nice. But, I mean, she was ready to play, and, you know, you can't sit there and watch film and try to study a player and then, like, you know, what's going to happen. They could be a completely different player than they are in the game than they are on whatever film you just watched.
Yeah.
So it's just important to trust in yourself and trust in your coaches that they're teaching you the right stuff. And I do trust in myself, and I trust in all of our defensive coaches and all our offensive coaches that we're working on what we need to work on, and they're teaching us what we need to teach. I've learned so much this year. It's insane. Sometimes I feel like my brain is going to explode trying to make sure I comprehend and just soak everything up like a sponge.
Yeah, you know, I've been watching you, Anna. One thing that I really, really am kind of impressed with is your lateral movement. I mean, I know you guys got a job, you're in that scheme, but you're moving left to right. It's wonderful to watch, Anna. A couple times you come in and busted through 2-3 players to get in on a tackle. That's you've come a long way in the sense of, okay, you're playing daily, this and that. You're picking up a lot of cool things, aren't you?
I love it. You know, I feel better as an athlete and a player all in general. I mean, not saying that I didn't learn a whole ton in high school.
Sure.
I honestly wouldn't be where I am today without the Elkers and all my coaches from Ridgway. But with those outside runs, I love to shut them down.
Yeah.
I love to sniff out the ball. I love to make sure I am where I need to be, and I try my best with making sure I have all my tools in my pockets, being ready to use, and making sure I have my gap covered. And I love being out there, and, you know, another thing is I have no worries in the world because I know I have a team standing behind me and over on the sideline that has my back no matter what happens. Yeah,
and it's amazing, too. Just the numbers. I mean, Denisha Harris, she had the pick, I think, to end the game, and God almighty, she's got 6 interceptions. She leads the league. She's 9th in tackles. Caitlin Niedermeyer is 10th in tackles. Tyra Grant, 15th. There's Anna at 20th. You got all kind of offensive leaders. Just that bond. Hey, I guess my question is, you're no longer a rookie, are you?
I guess not.
And, you know, how's that transformation been? Because now we've gone through the practices, there was a little ribbing, obviously, with the, hey, Rook, this and that, but it's just got to be fabulous, that bond, and how the veterans have welcomed you guys and vice versa, and how, it's a passion for football, truly, and to be a part of that, man, that's got to just make you feel wonderful.
I can't speak more highly of my team. Honestly, the dynamic this year, whether you're on offense or defense, or if you're playing both sides of the ball, because sometimes later in the season, some players do got to play both sides of the ball. It's nonstop, and the dynamic is just amazing. There's nothing I can't speak badly about them. It doesn't matter if you're a rookie or you're a vet, no question is a stupid question,
right.
No matter what happens, again, whether the defense messes up on something, your offense got your back. Whether the offensive messes up on something, the defense got their back. It doesn't matter where we are on the field or where you stand, whether you're a rookie or a vet or how many years you've been playing. Everybody's got their back, and the dynamic, it just is working so well. Yeah. And I'm so happy to be a part of it.
Yeah, and I'm happy for you, too. I got to ask you, how was Teresa Kahn and Lisa Horton, who are the co-head coaches, Teresa also, with an ownership role. How were they during that game when it got down to the nitty-gritty and you guys were down? A little more passion from them, maybe?
Oh, for sure. Lisa even came into our defensive huddle and was like, you guys got this. Like, she sees us in practice,
Yep.
They trust each other, and I think the trust and that dynamic that we have is a huge thing, and being able to communicate through everybody, no matter which coach it is, and that all the coaches stay talking together and try to help us as much as we try to help them.
Yeah. And I know, when we talked before the season, Kim Zabovic, a wily veteran, she kind of has helped out as well. Am I correct there?
Yeah, for sure. I give her a lot of credit also because she's kind of like a player coach.
Yeah.
Being the other defensive end, but also at practices she's coaching up the D-line a lot.
Yeah.
And it's very helpful, and I'm learning a lot from her, and I think the D-line can back me up on this, she's amazing, and the tools that she has given us and what she has taught us is amazing.
Okay, I got to ask you a question about Kim because I see her with her dog. Does she bring the dog to practice?
We have seen the dog at practice and during film meetings. Passion Pup.
Yeah, that's cool. Hey, you guys will be home at Slippery Rock. It's been cool. I think I was watching until I got Sportsnet Pittsburgh also had it, but I was originally watching it on the Tampa Bay feed. And, a couple shots in the crowd of your family and people. We got to get the place packed, though. What was it like being at Slippery Rock, Anna? Because I believe... I don't know if you were there. Were you there when you guys lost to Wilmington? That would have been 2019, right?
Yes, I was there.
So that would have been the last time you were on that field, I guess. What was it like being back there?
It's just a surreal feeling, having the stands packed and just hearing them get louder and louder when it's needed and everything else. It was crazy. Sometimes, I feel like I forget about my surroundings when I'm in a game.
Yeah.
But, when I am on the sidelines or, at the beginning of the game when I do have a second, or especially at the end when after a huge win and you get to turn around and just see all your surroundings.
Oh, yeah.
It's amazing. And definitely shout out to everybody who does all the behind-the-scenes stuff because I think – we have some of the best of all the behind-the-scenes stuff, so I appreciate them more than ever. They try to do the best for us, and we appreciate them. And I got to tell you, the social media stuff is pretty top-notch too, Anna. I use a lot of it on Duber's Place. In fact, I was updated as one of their top fans. That always makes a guy feel good. But they do a wonderful job. And what is it like too, as well, just having your mom and the family around you, following you on this journey? I mean, you guys had some road tripping here, and now we're a little closer to home, but how's that been? Oh, I love it. And, I'm not the only one who loves it. My nickname is Duffy, so everybody calls them the Duffy Crew.
Ah, I like
Everybody knows when the Duffy Crew is there, and, my mom, she's definitely embracing it because she brought out the cowbells.
Oh, boy, now we're back to Elker days.
Yeah. Bring a little hometown Pittsburgh there, and everybody loves it, and they appreciate them. I also appreciate them making these long trips with me, and not only being there for me, but being there for the team. And let me tell you, my family's gotten pretty good at knowing who everybody is. I was quizzing my sister on who's everybody numbers one, and she got it down. They're really into it, and they love the team just as much as I do, and I know my team appreciates them. Yeah,
and I know we're trying to get some more folks down there. I hope we got 2 more games down at Slippery Rock, and that'll be playoff time. I'm thinking we're going to be pretty set for the playoffs, but hey, one never knows. But having said that, again, how's practices now with the season? Because I know, this is like a 3-week stretch. This is a whole little different from the beginning of the year, isn't it, Anna? Where you had the weeks off.
Oh, for sure. Our coaches are doing a really nice job of making sure that we get the rest and the recovery that we need. Definitely just making sure, still getting good reps, still getting good mental, physical reps, and still playing hard, but also doing it in a safe way at practice,
Yeah.
Giving it your best is for at the game. And, we're in the point of the season where we do just need those hard mental and physical reps without hurting anybody and making sure that we're playing safe so we don't get anybody else hurt or –
Sure.
Yeah, because everybody's probably feeling it in this time of the season. But,
right.
Like I said, everybody's doing a really good job of making sure that we're recovering well and eating well and staying hydrated, making sure we're ready to go.
And that's one of those things too, where, as you're getting into this, I got to ask, because the very first week, there you are, it's like, oh my gosh, Anna got a fumble. And you caused one. I mean, you're having an immediate impact. But after that first game, how was the body feeling?
After the Tampa game, I was definitely a little rough.
And it was hot down there.
I will admit, I did get a little dehydrated.
Yeah, it was hot.
Down there. I mean, I've never played in that kind of heat. I mean, I tried to prepare myself as much as I could. But when we got home, I enjoyed Florida the rest of the time with my family and everything, and drank plenty of waters and liquid IVs and our Aid Nation. Love our Aid Nation. Mm-hmm. I drank tons of that. Got my body to feel a little better so I could enjoy the rest of Florida. Came home and took the necessary steps to get my body ready to go for the next game. Yeah.
Are you hurting a little more or less after games, or just, hey, it's a game and that's how you're going to feel afterwards?
Well, right after the game, I think my adrenaline is just so there that I don't feel it until I wake up the next morning and I'm like, oh gosh. But I try to, get up, get some stretches going, get a good breakfast in me and a lot of hydration. And then once I get moving and after that Sunday after the game, I'm usually good and ready to go. We have a hot tub, so I usually sit in the hot tub for about an hour after every game, which definitely helps.
Yeah, there's the thing, you ask me, hey, how you doing? And you get the sarcastic, living the dream. And it's like, I think you really are, aren't you?
I mean, I truly do mean it when I say I'm living the dream, and I appreciate everybody who's helping me out, whether it's you're helping me out at work or here in Ridgway, just no matter what aspects, I couldn't ask for more support. I'm getting all the support in the world, and I'm having a blast, and I love my team to death.
Yeah. And it's just got to be one of those things too, again, just back to that bonding and teammates. And a couple years ago, I know when we talked at the beginning of the year, you'd thought sometime and then you finally figured out how to maybe get involved in football, and you did, immediately accepted. And now, just think next year and beyond, you're going to be the veteran, the wily old veteran and stuff. But damn, you've come a long way, Ann, and I know it sounds like I'm blowing smoke, but I really truly am proud of you and what you've done. And I just think it's so good in this time when things aren't always good for everybody, just the good news of it, Anna. And you really are a person that does the be kind and do your best to make a difference. So I appreciate that, buddy, and I just want you to have a ball out there, Anna.
Hey, well, I appreciate you, Bob. Thank you so much for all the coverage that you do. I definitely have friends and family for life being on this team, and I couldn't be happier. Yeah. And especially with all the support from everywhere, especially here in Ridgway and everything. I appreciate it. We got to get more people to the games. I'd love to come have them see it in person. Yeah, right. I know a lot of people are watching it on TV, which is amazing, but if you do got time, come down to Slippery Rock. Our Passion team would love to have you there, and on to the next.
Yeah, it's just so cool, and I'm looking forward to it. And again, we'll have links, to where to watch. But we do encourage folks to get down there and be part of it. I mean, right there on the thing, we encourage tailgate. Let's have some fun. Let's go out there, passion, and do what we do. And Anna, you might wear number 50, but you're number 1 in my heart. So let's keep doing what you're doing, buddy. And, hey, let's check in. Let's get one this week. Go on and play next week, and then we'll see where it goes, and we'll talk to you before the postseason, buddy.
Thank you, Bob. I appreciate you so much.
All right, you and the passion. Let's go, buddy, and I'll talk to you soon, Anna.
Thank you, Bob.